So thank you so much for meeting with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I've been to YALLfest a few times as a reader. What's a day like at YALLfest from an author's standpoint?
Well, hopefully, because I do the Friday events as well, so hopefully you've gotten your events done yesterday and gotten to sleep at a good time. Sometimes it sucks because you'll be coming in on Friday and then you just have to immediately start. I hit the ground running on Saturday. But for me today, it was like I woke up, I got myself ready, my hair was already done because I did it last night, which was some surprising foresight on my part. Got a coffee, came down here, you get to watch the keynote, and that kind of gets you jazzed and excited because for all of us, this is work, so sometimes you have that whole just psychological work mentality. But then seeing, all the readers and all the other authors and everyone's just super excited about this kind of small world that we all inhabit, it gets you jazzed. And then, of course, by the end of the day, you're very tired, but you feel very accomplished.
Do you get nervous before you meet all these people and do all these events?
Always. I don't think I'll ever lose those butterflies, but it's easier to compartmentalize, I think, because it's part of my job. I'm very shy, and I don't really even like talking on the phone. I'm that kind of person. So when it's my job and it's, a panel in front of 500 people, you're like, all right, this is what I'm doing for work. And then you get off the stage and you're like, oh God, what did I just do? I blacked out. So for me, it helps to it's work. You got to do it. Get through it.
All right. So we've got Warstorm, which is May 15th, 2018.
Yes.
What was it like finally getting the conclusion in place?
I knew what the conclusion was going to be from book 2. I write chronologically, so I was never ever going to let myself write that scene until I was physically there. And I did it last week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh. I finished the first draft last week. And so far, I've expected to feel like some sort of explosion or whatever. You're excited to be done, and you're scared to be done, and there's a lot of work still to be done on it. But right now, I feel nothing. I don't know if I'll feel something when it is tied up and all done and completely out of my hands, but for now it's just a numb feeling, which I guess is good because I don't want to get too excited because this is a very messy draft and I have a lot of work to do to hopefully make it good.
I'm kind of worried about the body count, I'm not going to lie.
We'll see. We'll see.
So you have a lot of really invested fans and there are all sorts of theories. What are some of the funniest crackpot theories you have heard about the series?
I actually try not to read them. And I go through the Tumblr tags, and sometimes I'll find them, and they'll be really fun, headcanons about different characters, just small, cute things, little scenes. A lot of people love to write scenes from Shade and Farley before Shade was gone. And those are always really sweet, and I'm just kind of oh, it's lovely. And it's great that readers and fans feel like they can do that there's enough there that they can build off of it. But for the most part, I try to stay away from any real plot theories because on the one hand, I don't want it to mess with me and what I already have in place, and on the other hand, I'm if I find one that's better than what I'm doing, I'm going to be real pissed.
All right, so we're at a YA event. So what are some YA books that you've read recently that you want to suggest?
That I've read recently. This hasn't come out yet, so it's kind of cheating to say.
It's okay.
But I read the arc of Holly Black's Cruel Prince. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my God, she's the queen of fairies, and I can't wait for the second one. I screamed when I was reading the ending of that book. That is third act to die for. And I'm really excited for everyone else to be as obsessed as I am.
And if you were at an event like YALLfest, which panels would you be running to?
Which panels would I be running to see? I just did one with a bunch of people about authors as fans, and we all just kind of gushed about what we loved, but also critiqued what we loved, and talked about aspects of things that we enjoyed that were so problematic, and acknowledging, the criticism doesn't mean you can't love something, and then also the flip side of talking about things we don't like and why, and that was really cool because I think it's a little less structured and it's a little less well, let me talk about my craft. And I think it's valuable for readers and aspiring writers to see us as just regular people who love what we do and get to do it because it makes it seem much more attainable. So that was a fun panel to do, and I would have loved to have seen a panel like that of my favorite authors when I was a teenager.
One thing I always like to ask, because there are a lot of aspiring writers, as you mentioned, is what is your writing process like?
Okay. I'm lucky enough in that it is my full-time job. and it's what I can do. Like I wake up in the morning, I get all settled and whatnot, and by 10 a.m. I'm in the office or on the computer, maybe not writing for 6-7 hours straight, but I'm in the chair and that's what I'm supposed to be thinking about. So I try to keep it normal work hours. I like to have a routine and to treat it as a job because it is my job, and if I don't treat it that way, I think I can get kind of lost in the weeds of like, oh my god, I can't believe I get to do this. So Monday through Friday, don't work on the weekends unless I'm on a serious deadline, and it actually makes me excited for Monday to come around. So Sunday night, when everyone gets the Sunday scaries, I'm like, all right, tomorrow I get to go back to writing, and I've been kind of jonesing for it. All right, let's go. And then sometimes, of course, it's awful. But for me, keeping a schedule, keeping a routine, because writing is such like a muscle that you have to exercise, and I need the rhythm. I need to not let that atrophy. And if I go a long time without working, it'll take me more time again to work back up to the word counts I was getting before.
All right, and that's pretty much all I have.
Oh,
so thank
cool.
you.